So that's why even on match Monday, I was like, if I match, it's fine. And if I don't, it's still fine because I have to just continue working on plan B. Welcome back. In this video, I'm going to be sharing with y'all what my plan B was in case I didn't match. So most of y'all know this, that I started preparing for the USMLE in 2017, and ever since I didn't have another plan. The only plan was to complete the steps, get ECFMG certified, apply for the match, and that was the only thing I was working towards. And things did go as planned. By September 2021, I completed step 1, step 2 OET, got ECFMG certified, and also submitted my ERAS application. So now the way this works is you submit your application to programs, and programs will start calling you for interviews between October to February. And once that's done, in March you're supposed to submit a rank order list. If you want me to make a separate video on the entire process, let me know in the comments. I'll speak about all the details involved in this process. So anyway, coming back to September, so everything went as planned. We submitted our application and I started waiting for interviews. So I did not hear back from any program in the first 2 weeks, and that I feel is pretty normal because not a lot of international grads get interviews within this period. So I was like relatively positive in October, and I thought something may click eventually. So again, 2 more weeks passed by, and in October I did not hear anything. So I thought, okay, maybe I'm not a very strong candidate, because this is when fellow IMG started receiving interviews, and I sort of felt like I was left behind, and I started feeling very anxious. So in the start I was really happy seeing these posts, thinking that okay, they've started giving invites to IMG, so I will probably get mine soon as well. But as and when days started passing by, it just felt like everyone else had an invite except me. So I wasn't really feeling that great, but at the same time I did not give up hope. So I just felt like it's just October, we still have time till February. So in November I started sending out letters of interest, and still like I didn't really hear back from anyone. I started having a lot of second thoughts about this, and I also felt that what if I am not good enough to be in medicine? Because so what is the point if no one thinks the application is worth it? So it may sound a little silly when you listen to it now, but those were like my honest thoughts back then. And it just felt like I loved medicine, but medicine did not love me. I know it sounds very dramatic when I speak about it this way, but these were literally my honest thoughts back then. So it's like I want medicine, but medicine is just running away from me. It literally felt like that. So I used to wake up feeling anxious, and I'd just be sad throughout the day. And I did try to distract myself by doing some step 3 questions and stuff like that. And even for step 3, I could not get a visa to go write the exam. So I was again like, what is the point of working hard? What is this all even gonna get me something, or am I just gonna end up with nothing? So it was a very weird time. And also November was like birthday month, which is always a very exciting month, but again I did not feel even half as excited or happy. I was just feeling extremely low throughout. It literally felt like I was in this toxic relationship with medicine, and it was all one-sided. So yeah, it was a very sad time, and eventually I feel like my mind just started coping in such a way that okay, what if you don't get to become a doctor? That's fine. I was just like, who wants to become a doctor anyway? So it's so stupid, it's literally so embarrassing when I think about it, but that's how I was coping. I also started feeling that maybe I'm not good enough for medicine, and I should have maybe picked some other career which I would fit into better, because this just seemed like nothing was going to work out, and that I wouldn't really get to be a doctor. And like, let's just say you like someone and they reject you, and then you're like, dude, you're not that great anyway. So, and that's how I started to feel about medicine also. And I think while I was having all these thoughts, I was also pretty confused, because I was someone who has loved medicine for so long, because even in high school, biology was like my favorite thing, and I loved speaking to people, building that relationship with them, and helping them out on a personal level, understanding their perspective, support them when they're going through difficult times. So these are things that I've always loved doing, which is why I feel like a career in internal medicine was like a dream job for me, because I get to do all of these things, and besides that I'm also like passionate about teaching medicine. So all of that came together. So yeah, so that was the whole point of me picking this in the first place. And because I was not receiving the opportunities that would help me get there, I started to convince myself that it's okay, even if you don't receive it, it's not that great, you can figure something else out. So That's how these thoughts started coming in. Okay, then I was like, okay, if not medicine, then what else? And then I couldn't see myself do anything else, so I was pretty confused. So I was like, okay, so what do we feel about this situation now? So my dad suggested to take up a clinical rotation in one of the hospitals here, to just go and see if I still want to continue doing medicine, and if not, we can figure out what we want to do eventually. I was like, fine, it sounded okay. I was like, okay, let me give it a shot. Let me just go do this rotation, see what I feel about it. And that rotation literally changed everything for me, because I feel for the past 2-3 months, because of application, I was totally away from patient care and stuff, right? Because like I graduated in July, so anyway, July, August, September, I was busy with residency application, and you know what happened in October and November. So finally, around the last week of November, that's when I started doing this clinical rotation sort of a thing at this one hospital in my city here in India. And that honestly made me feel so good about medicine, and that's when I was like, I can't imagine myself do anything else. Like, this is all it is for me. This gives me so much happiness. And I mean, like a tiny thing, like for example, you see your patients recover over a period of time, and you're able to assist them, answer their questions, and just be there for them. And for me, I feel there's no better feeling than that. It's just such a wonderful experience to help people when they need help the most. So it sort of made me fall in love with medicine all over again. But that doesn't change my match anxiety in any way, right? So I tried to get to the root cause. So I was like, okay, I am feeling anxious right now because of this one very thought. What will I do if I don't match? So I thought, if I have a backup plan, even if I don't match, I'll be okay. I will continue doing what I want to do, so that uncertainty isn't there. So I've always been a planner, so I'm used to having things under control. But when you consider things like the pandemic and then the match process, all of this, there is some degree of uncertainty involved in all of these things. So I started thinking that for plan A, that is the match, I have done everything in my power that I can to achieve this, and beyond this, it's not under my control. So me thinking about it is not gonna help, right? And if it works, it works, and if it does not, I should still be okay with myself. I should still not associate, like this is what my dad told me, like your self-worth does not depend on that one email, and it does not depend on the result of the match. So all of this just sounded amazing, but for me personally, it took me a long time to separate self-worth from success and achievements. It's not like just because you were not able to achieve something, it does not mean like you're not worthy. It probably means that there is something else out there for you, where you can probably use your time and energy really well to get to probably someplace that could be potentially better as well. So that's just this little optimism that sort of helped me think, okay, maybe if not this, let me look at something else. You guys know how much I love teaching. Like, I even like videos for medical topics and stuff on this channel. So I thought, why not take medical education more seriously and try to create something in this field to help many other medical students. So just before the match, I started thinking about creating an app to help medical students by making medicine more fun videos, games, and also opportunities for you all to actually win stuff for answering medical questions. I'm also thinking of hosting like free live sessions and maybe one-on-one sessions as well to like answer all your questions, because I know a lot of you all wanted to like speak to me one-on-one, but I could not in the last few months, obviously because I myself was going through a lot, and I did not want to speak to you guys with that energy, because I was just a whole ball of pessimism back then. So I wouldn't have been the best version of myself to speak to you guys. That's the reason why I could not do anything before this. But through this app, I hope to be able to help you guys in all these ways. So that's something that's coming up super soon actually, because that was supposed to be my backup, and my other plan was to try to get a medical license in India so that I can practice medicine here, because the ultimate goal was to be a doctor. So I thought of doing that plus the education platform. So that was my plan B. So I bought the book for the Indian exam. I had to study everything from scratch, like stuff like biochemistry, microbiology, all of that. But I think it's fine. I'd like accepted fate and I was like, we have to move on. So I think a part of me still had some hope for the match, and I was like, even if not the match, we can at least get into soap, and if not soap, we could try matching outside the match, and if that didn't work out, do the Indian exam plus my app. So that is what I thought. So I did go through like these soap webinars and stuff which is held by the NRMP, and I remember that went on till like around 1:30 or 2 a.m. in the night, but I like took down all the notes and stuff. So I wouldn't say that went to waste, because at the end of the day I was able to help some other students with soap during match week. But anyway, fortunately on match day things worked out, and right now I feel my plan is sort of like a mix of plan A and B, because I will be starting residency in July, and plus I also want to be able to teach medicine in my app, that you guys can use it as a fun way to learn and revise medicines. So that's what I've planned out for now. So this is what it is going to be. And before I leave, I just want you guys to know this one thing. See, so I always thought of it this way. I thought that if you do have a plan B, it means that you're not focused enough to execute plan A. And I want to tell you guys that I was so wrong. Like, I realized that was not the best perspective, because see, by having a plan B does not mean that you're not 100% focused on plan A. It just means that you're smart enough to take into account the uncertainty associated with plan A. Like I mentioned earlier, like I also felt like quitting medicine, right? And it's completely fine to have those thoughts, like you've ever wanted to quit medicine or regretted taking medicine. Please don't feel bad for having these thoughts. They're completely fine, because I posted this poll and I think 99% of y'all said that y'all have had these thoughts. So that's actually something I want to address in a different video. So we'll talk about that in future videos. And if there's any other questions you guys have regarding the match or USMLE med school or anything in general, please let me know in the comments below. I will try to get back to them in future videos. So that's about it for this one. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.